It's Labor Day here in the United States. Happy holidays. So I was talking with my wife about some of the doubts that I'm working through, and she gave me the most fantastic idea for today's video, and that is to discuss the things that I've been laboring with and how I am focusing my thoughts and actions to overcome this temporary struggle. So that's what we're going to go do today. Please, if you have thoughts or any labors that you're struggling through that you're willing to share, please do so down in the comments section. Hi there, my name is Greg, and welcome to the Corporate Zombies channel. If you've been with us, welcome back. Almost all of us have doubts from time to time, and those doubts can sometimes hinder us from doing the things that we want to do. And today, the thought is that I'm going to open up and share some of the self-doubts and struggles that I've had and am having, and what I'm doing to work through that as I am finishing up my book, as well as creating these videos. I've had lots of support for which I am genuinely grateful. There's no way that I couldn't be doing this without that support, so thank you. But I have not been immune to moments of self-doubt or even long moments of self-doubt and it holding me back from moving forward towards the goals that I want to accomplish. So it's time for a little honest insight into some of the struggles I've been having, and I'm doing this in hopes that perhaps it will help you with struggles that you're having, or perhaps you have family or friends that you can share this with, either through the conversation or by sharing this video, so that they can find help and some direction. Let me know if you think this challenge is worthy of some greater exploration, and if you think so, please give me some ideas on what would be really useful to dig into. So first, I'm just going to give you a high level, here's some of the labors that I am struggling with. So threading the book, currently going through editing, and as I'm reading through the book, that editing pass does leave me with questions of self-doubt. Is this book good enough? Is it insightful enough? I've talked with people that I have a lot of respect for, and they are interested in reading the book, and that is also led me to realize, oh my God, people are going to read this book. And that realization is it's a great place for cultivating self-doubt. And it's really, really important to be aware of that. Now, as for the videos, the challenge is somewhat similar but different. I want to make sure that the videos have value for people, that I'm not being boring or lecturing, and that I'm exuding something that is, in all honesty, I just want to be entertaining and provide value. And I just want you to be able to come to watch these videos because they're worth it. That's my intention. So I will admit I'm a fan of quotes. So if you don't like quotes, bear with me for just a moment. This is from a famous Stoic philosopher, Seneca, and the quote is, "Ignorance is the cause of fear." Now, in this particular case, it's very relevant for the things that I'm working through, and self-doubt very much kind of correlates to that same type of fear. Kind of the high level, so let's get into some of the details. So specifically around my self-doubt, my doubts around finishing this book and how good it'll be. So one of the things that I first think of is you just got to do what you're going to do. One of the things that I am finding is that as I'm working through this, dedicating time can be a challenge. So I try and focus on at least getting 10 minutes in. A lot of times 10 minutes can turn into 20, 30, or even beyond, depending on how much you can get into it. But that's a good way to get past challenges like this. And the key here is practice leads to proficiency. I also like to remember how the journey of writing this book has led to so many things. I have learned a lot of things about myself. I've learned a lot of things about writing a book, about becoming a writer, becoming an author, as well as what are my concepts around leadership? What does this idea of corporate leadership mean in the context that I'm working within? What is a corporate zombie? So these are all things that have led to a lot of introspection, a lot of interesting conversations. So I focus on those positives, not necessarily the concern that I'm going to put a book out there and people are going to read it and they're not going to like it. Because in all candor, there's always going to be people that aren't going to like it. That cannot be the reason for not doing something, because you'll never do anything. I'm also reading a book. This book is on self-editing. And again, this is another key, reading, learning. It is important to explore those things so that I can get a better grasp on what I'm trying to accomplish. One of the other things is managing that self-talk, so the things that you say in your head that are going to grow and impede you from that doubt. So that doubt is essentially going to impede you progressing and doing the things that you want to do. And lastly, I'm sharing details. So I'm putting myself out there. I'm sharing these videos. I'm sharing details and conversations with people, whether it be online or in person. So I am slowly acclimating myself to that more public forum to remove some of those things that are going on in my head and do the best that I can to eliminate them. At the end of the day, the key though is find that discomfort and move through it, move beyond it. And now, so there's the videos, these videos. And again, the number one key is doing it. Doing it weekly. That is the goal right now, is one video a week. I try and come up with the best topics that I can. I have conversations with people so that I can garner more ideas. I really try and listen to things that are going on, as well as I also explore what are the things that I am interested in and what can I do to provide that as I'm going through my journey. And that's something that I also find interest with other people, is hearing the journey that they're going through, the trials, the tribulations, and how they are reaching their goals. I have talked with a number of other content creators on YouTube, and I am learning from them. As I've mentioned in the past, my son-in-law does videos, so I'm asking him questions about things that he's doing. I'm learning how to use tools like TubeBuddy, and I'm doing the things that are going to help, again, address the things that I don't know, so that I can grow. Again, it just goes back to that whole practice leads to proficiency. And then lastly, it's also a key to think about the journey. It's not always just about the destination. Destination is great, but it's a waypoint. Um, and really, when you spend all of that time to get to something, you really need to focus on the moments of uh, enjoyment, the moments of small pieces of success, because that is what's going to get you through. I've been writing this book for over a year and a half. So remembering the journey um, and sharing these experiences in video is all a good way to keep me overcoming those moments of self-doubt. So lastly, in general, a lot of the things that I'm doing is I'm focusing on that which I have control over. What am I thinking up here? And what am I doing? What am I doing based on those thoughts? There's a lot of external things that I have no control over, and I just need to let it go. Um, as long as I can keep myself focused up here in my head and use that to drive my actions, I will be fine. Also, I had shared in a previous video on motivation that I had 3 things, um, and I use those as well. So remembering, when you're 80 years old, are you going to look back at this and remember all of this little self-doubt, or are you just going to think, did I write the book, and what came with it? It's not going to be about all of those other things. And what's the risk? What's the risk here? At the end of the day, I am doing something that I hope will have value. And if it doesn't for some people, that's okay. But the risk is that I'm going to do something by publishing this book and putting these videos out that will have value for people. So not doing that means that that won't happen. And that's important to me. And as I said, continual learning, exploring and pushing my boundaries, finding that uncomfortable moment and overcoming it, talking with other people, sharing perspective, hearing what they're dealing with and how they deal with it, their successes, their failures, and using that to continually check against myself and figure out what I'm going to do with it. All right, well, I hope you liked the video, and if you got some value out of it, please smash that like button. Hopefully it's okay to say smash. I don't know if that's something that everybody does or not, but smash it. And if you did get that value, if you could also share that with other people, that would be great. If you have the opportunity, and I hope you do, please click on that subscribe button and don't forget to click the bell to receive notifications. And lastly, and most importantly, share your perspective, share your challenges, share in the comment section so that we can have dialogue and we can figure out how to work through these things together. There's an opportunity for you to help me, and hopefully, like I said, for me to help you create an environment for our success. So thanks a lot, and have a great day.